there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 1 with the Bant Cryptolith Rite, using the Eldrazi this time for this week's Rogue's Alley. I think this is a keepable hand on the draw. I wouldn't keep this on the play. The double Cryptolith Rite is kind of meh, but we do have a Pilgrim's Eye, so any land will get us the green. And any hand with a Cryptolith Rite is what you want to see. And a double Cryptolith Rite actually gives us a little bit of a padding versus like Duress or Jamoka's Command, or even Nahiri to a point. So we can go ahead and keep this. We basically have 3 draws before the Pilgrim's Eye is a dead draw, or a dead card in our hand. Going to be a blue-red Wandering Fumarole. Okay, so Prophet of Distortion gives us a play, at least, on turn number 1. And then that will make a Cryptolith Rite very good if we can draw a green source on turn number 2. And it's Evolutionary Leap, so we have one more turn to draw into just a land. Any old land will work. We definitely do want to just cast the Pilgrim's Eye next turn. But if we miss, we are in very bad shape. But Evolutionary Leap is another card that we do want. And so it's going to be Rattle Chains. This is going to be just the blue-red flyers. We have a very good matchup versus blue-red flyers just because we do have a lot of flyers ourselves. And so you can't get in there for that damage that is usually consistent for the deck. So we need that green. It is a green. And I will attack one more time with the Prophet. I don't think that he flashes in anything that gives us too much problems. I mean, he'd have to be another Rattle Chains or a Dimensional Infiltrator. And he'll just Fiery Impulse it, which is fine. Card out of the way. Pilgrim's Eye will find us that land next turn, unless it does get countered. But if that's the case, we'll go for a Blisterpod no matter what. So we do have to worry about the amount of damage with the flyers. But we have a forest here. Yeah, forest. And then I think I'd rather have a Loam Dryad than a Blisterpod, because that gives us another way to generate mana. So let's see if he kills, if he flashes in another Rattle Chains or Dimensional. No, it's just be a Draconic Roar. And he does have an Icefall Regent that if he drops a land, he can tap down my Loam Dryad. But I'm taking 4 here. So this is You Are Dragons. It's I would say a very recent addition to the metagame. It's actually posting up some pretty good numbers, though. And I have no blocker for flyer. We needed a Whirler Rogue here. So I might just need to start Evolutionary Leaping as quickly as possible to find that. So I might just do that right now. Go Blisterpod. And then we tap them down. To cast an Eyeless Watcher. Is that the best play? Yeah, because then we can have a lot of mana next turn through the Cryptolith Rite, or access to more mana. But this is not looking good, especially since these decks do run Exquisite Firecrafts. And I believe if he has any sort of burn, he exiled. Okay, so he just activated his Dimensional Infiltrator to get some more information, and he sees a Whirler Rogue, which we would have drawn, which would have saved us. Actually, it might not have saved us because we're just getting beat down by these flying creatures. And this should be an Icefall Regent that comes out. No, just Exquisite Firecraft. Okay, so he had a very good hand. We kind of dirtled there for too many turns. So I do want to bring in... I don't think I care about Clash of Wills. I do like Warping Wail just because it can kill some of those cards. And I'm not quite sure Sorcery wise what cards they actually have. Not a lot, so maybe Warping Wail. Like, I don't think I care too much. The Whirler Rogue and the Skyspawner are really good in this match. Same with the Pilgrim. I don't know if I actually bring in anything. The things I could bring out is like the Oblivion Sower, and we could bring in like a Den Protector to give us even some more. I don't think like Ulamog or the Great Aurora. We just need to stabilize versus this deck. I could bring in a Clash of Wills. That's probably the right play, just one of Clash of Wills. I don't want to get too many of them, though, because we don't want to be playing that game with this deck. So actually not. Let's bring in a one of Den Protector, just to give us a little more. We could bring in Negate. What is Negate counter in his deck? Yeah, I think it's just a Den Protector. Not a lot we can bring in versus this match. Not a lot we need to. Now, some people might argue Great Aurora is very good versus this deck because they don't like to run like a heavy land count, a heavy permanent count, and Great Aurora can just be a blowout. But we just want to stabilize, and this is a great hand here. We actually will get the Cryptolith Rite out on time. I will cast it over Hangarback Walker just to avoid a Negate or a Clash of Wills. Westvale Abbey is also insanely good versus this deck because it does allow us to gain life. So we'll just Lumbering Falls, and then I believe Cryptolith. Well, maybe I just will Hangarback Walker. It depends on. Yeah, because I actually want to go Skyspawner after that. So we'll go Hangarback Walker here. And then pass. See if he just Fire Impulses the Hangarback Walker, or I like that he's tapping out here. Draconic Roar, and he did not reveal anything. So we can actually Cryptolith Rite. No, that doesn't do any anymore. Triple Westvale Abbey is not what I want to see. Full Skyspawner. And attacking with everything, or attacking with the one Thopter we can. He's down to a 19. But we need to avoid drawing lands. Displacer's great. We do need to land a Cryptolith Rite for it, though. See if he... Whoops, we don't want to pay a life. And he can't Clash of Wills this because I can sacrifice the Scion. All right, Draconic Roar. And we will... Get an Eldrazi Displacer. He'll be wishing he had the Roar for the Displacer. Displacer's incredibly good. And we'll attack him with the Thopter. Displacer so far doesn't have anything for me to bounce, though. And now it does. So I don't think I actually attack in with anything here. Let's see what happens with the Eyeless Watcher. Because we just want to bounce as many times as possible. Yeah, I can attack in with the Displacer pretty safely. And we have 1, 2... Yeah, we can bounce something. I think I keep this back, though. So 1, 2, 3 mana for the Displacer. Because we definitely do want to be displacing the Eyeless Watcher. And we're just going to be able to out-tempo him here. Or just flood the board with too many things. The deck is actually very terrible against multiple threats. I don't think he runs any sweepers. They might run like a Boiling Earth that he brought in. And I don't think we have to be too tricky here. I think we just start attacking in with everything. Don't need to go for Westvale Abbey. So Rattle Chains. And just blocks a Thopter. And again, I'm not even going to throw out the Drowner. We'll just keep up the activation off the Displacer. Yep. All right. So that gets the job done. Again, I don't... Negate might actually just be better than a Den Protector. No, I don't think so. The threats are just too diversified for Negate to be relevant. Clash of Wills is okay, but again, I don't want to be playing that sort of game. I think I just want to try to flood the board the best I can and make him respond. So I don't know if Boiling Earth or a card similar to that is going to be coming in. We have another pretty decent hand. Our opponent Snap keeps his hand, so she must like their hand. And unfortunately we don't have a blue source though, so we just have to throw out the Forest, and then next turn we'll have the Duskwatch Recruiter. Whirler Rogue is the card we needed, but still can't quite cast it. Pretty sure Duskwatch will get murdered by a Draconic Roar here. Or a Fiery Temper. Or Impulse. Nope, Rattle Chains will come out. Or Dimensional Infiltrator. And now the Draconic Roar. Twin Bolt. Okay, so Twin Bolt's actually nice because now he can't divide it. So he's going to try to play the tempo route. If we find that blue source, that second blue source, we'll be in great shape. Unfortunately, a bunch of them will come into play tapped, like the Lumbering Falls. I guess the Prairie Streams will come into play untapped. See if a Thunder Fire Impulse on the Pilgrim's Eye, so really going the tempo route. It worked with the game number 1. And we did not hit the card we wanted, the blue source. And this is going to get Silumgar Sorcered. But that's fine, actually. That's still a card for a card. And he's only getting it for 2 damage per turn. Unless the... Okay, he's just going to go for the Wandering Fumarole and then hit me for 6. So we absolutely have to hit that blue source. Westvale Abbey, which doesn't allow me to do both. So just the Prophet, and I do believe we will draw a card. Hangarback's okay, but I need to find a way to kill the Hangarback Walker, like an Evolutionary Leap. Good news is, though, the Wandering Fumarole cannot really hit into the Prophet. Green source. So, I think we just Hangarback for 1. To try to draw another card. With a little Infiltrator that could. We're really getting down to double Exquisite Firecraft range is where I don't want to be. And a Prairie Stream is exiled. That is very unlucky that we drew the forest. That's just ridiculous. We can still find like an Evolutionary Leap, though, that will give us a way to block. We do have a lot of outs. Through an island, another Pilgrim's Eye will actually work. The other Prairie Stream, Lumbering Falls won't work. I do have to block here with the... Oh, he's allowing me to block. That's actually nice of him with the Hangarback Walker. Because this does give me a blocker. And we find another Hangarback, which I'm not quite sure. I think I just Hangarback again for 1. Because I do need to find that other blue source. Because it's getting very scary now with Draconic Roars inevitably finding Fire Impulse. Yeah, so now if he has Exquisite Firecraft, to just die. But stuck with 2 Whirler Rogues in hand with... And that lucky Prairie Stream. Alright, lose that matchup, but that was very awkward. Extremely awkward with not getting that second blue source. Displacer coming up. There it is. 2 cards down. Whirler Rogue. Just a Whirler Rogue hit there would have easily stabilized us. So, anyway, we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.